Hello, I had the pleasure today to speak with the manufacturing agents of Cincinnati, and our topic today was all about change. It was titled, But I've Always Done It This Way, and I felt like this was very fitting because we're starting the new year. There's a lot of people with resolutions. Tomorrow's the 7th, so by tomorrow, 25% of resolutions will have already failed. And I wanted to kind of deep dive on what makes it successful for individuals, because that directly correlates into what makes it successful for corporations and change. So a lot of times the resolutions start with a goal, and really it's about habit changes, transformations. So the key to being successful is to set a goal that is attainable. Also make it very visible. Make sure that you remember why you're doing this. Is it because, for me, do I want to be active? Do I want to be out there, climbing mountains? Do I want to be around for, my family in years to come? So maybe my goal is to be healthier, but I start with walking 20 minutes per day. And then another key success of that is tracking your progress. Have you walked 20 minutes per day? And then if you have for 30 days in a row, maybe be incentivized, or, treat yourself to a massage or a cup of coffee with a friend or an extra few hours of sleep. So being rewarded for our changes is good. And then also it's the environment. We might call that culture in a corporation, but it's really who is supporting your goal? Who knows about your goal? Who are people that can reinforce your habits or your changes? Who can you work with? And who can you share successes with? So directly correlating from a personal objective to a corporation are still all of those key factors and indicators of change. In the 60s, the average age of a corporation was 60 years old. Fast forward to now, it's roughly 20 years old. That tells me that corporations who are not adapting and changing are no longer in incorporation, and other companies, younger, that are either started, with a fresher perspective or have adapted to the changes in behavior are succeeding and excelling. Another key piece of data is that for every $1 billion of projects and changes, $109 million are wasted. And that's a very high number, roughly 10%, for tracking the changes. If we have a large change adoption, we're able to bring that number down because we're more efficient, we have buy-in, and that's a faster time to value for every dollar that we're investing in the corporation. On top of that, change will do a few things. You have greater employee retention. They're gaining skills, they're upskilling, they're challenged, they have different, more rewarding work. You'll also have more buy-in to the company because they are working in a shared goal. So if you're constantly communicating what the goal of the corporation is and how each individual is contributing to that, they will feel a stronger sense of engagement with the corporation itself. And lastly, if you don't change, we can look at just C.H. Robinson or Southwest and understand what happens when we put change by the wayside, when we don't invest in ourselves or in our infrastructure or in our employees. So I would say, for the sake of corporate, advancement and corporate success, you invest in change and in the direction that you're going to go. And lastly, when promoting the culture, make sure you promote that each individual can be part of the change. They can bring fresh ideas. For example, when you're opening a banana, you can open it from both ends. Monkeys actually open the banana from this end. I didn't learn that until somebody showed me, but that got me thinking out of the box. So think this way with your employees as you're going through corporation change and setting goals for 2023. Happy New Year.